very good morning to you all. My name is Daddy Chris, and this is Wake Up Nigeria. I'm broadcasting from the Srtv studio here in London. And as usual, Wake Up Nigeria is a show we cover the whole of the country and beyond. We have Abuja is on standby, Delta is there, and I know Edo will join us shortly. Today, we might be looking at the electricity tariff. How are Nigerians taking it? We have two important guests who will be talking about it. One will give us an in-depth knowledge of what electricity, why the tariff is what it is, and what the labor are saying. Will the labor accept it on behalf of Nigerians? That is one of those issues we'll be saying. Of course, we'll be looking at the newspapers. But as usual, let me introduce you to my girls. They are ready. Let's start with Abuja. Abuja, how you guys doing?
Oh, fine. Good morning. Good morning,
Daddy Chris. Yes, I like that. How you guys doing?
Well, fine. Thank you.
All right. So Abuja is steaming. You guys are hot. I can feel that people. No, not sure Abuja is a hot place, right?
It is.
That is the temperature today. Temperature is cool.
The temperature is. I would say it's okay. But you know how Nigeria is, how Abuja is. It's somehow somewhat situated in the northern part, and so as time goes on, maybe around 12 or 1, everywhere will be hot. So.
Yeah, but I'm sure we are going to subsidize your electricity bill now that you guys seem to be cool. Is Wike treating you well? Because I'm sure electricity is really, you guys have more electricity in Abuja than anywhere in the country. You must say that. You have electricity, constant electricity, right?
Yes, it's expected. Hence, FCT is the capital city, so
you have more. All right, let's hope that when they increase your tariff, you guys will not be complaining like others. Unlike in Delta State, where Princess is, they don't see electricity that much, and I do know that they pay heavily for it. Princess, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. All right. Okay, first, let's look at the challenges we are facing in Delta State. We're not going to spend much time on that, but Princess, as you know, the tariff. How are you guys taking it in Delta?
Funny enough, Daddy Chris, I think the people here, they don't have any idea. They are not interested either. I think this is buoyed towards the fact that a lot of them are already on estimated billing, and we know that this tariff hike is going to affect prepaid users even
Yes.
more than these estimated billers, because they are used to not uncertainties. Today, month, it might be this amount, another month another amount, so they are used to the back and forth here, unlike in Abuja or other places where prepaid meter is really the users are much, and of course you are supposed to just buy, and the fact that whether you are home or you're not using it or you're outside the house, your meter will be there, and of course your units will be there also until you make use of it. And so this is going to tell more on prepaid meter users, and that is why we're having more reactions coming from Abuja, Lagos, and other places as well. But unlike here where I am, I think I've been asking quite a number of persons, and they tell you, what does that even mean? We don't have prepaid, and here it's never been a fixed amount. The billing, it's this month they could bring maybe 20, 10, 8. It just depends on what they choose to write. I don't even feel like they follow it. There's a database for it. It's just what they want to build that month. They just start writing and billing across, a number of people. So the people here is actually calm here as regarding to that.
Okay, that is sure. I think the only frustration, because they're paying the same thing anyway. So what concerns them? If whether the, but I think this system of no meter is really bad practice, because it's subject to so many things. One, they will
Yes,
not be treated fairly, and number two, corrupt NEPA officials might be getting rich because they may just get some tip and lower the bill or even keep the
that
money.
is that is correct. That is correct, Daddy Chris. We know that there was a time, the former president Muhammadu Buhari did say that if you don't have a meter in this country, a prepaid meter, don't pay bills, and when they come around you, fight them, chase them away. He
Okay.
actually came out and he said that. And then he actually said that this the commission should look for a way. And funny enough, sir, do you know that in Abuja, I've been able to opportune to go to some of the AEDC offices across Gariki, and Apo, and I can tell you for free that you have hundreds of meter, piling up just there on the floor. And I kept asking, people are actually waiting for these meters to be assigned. Where are they here? That yes, that is what they are doing and all that. So it's really, Nigerians, once they're in a position, they will always want to take advantage of anything. A lot of people
Yes,
actually need this meter, but once you go to NEPA offices across Abuja, you see some of their offices that the meters are just there, lying lay there. Nobody's using them. They'll tell you yes, they've been assigned, you have to go and register, you have to pay. And don't forget that if you need one face or so, you pay 60 something. As at that time I was in Abuja. And of course, if you need two or three faces, it's 100 and something. And this is something that is meant to be free. And then they've
yes,
monetized it. Even at that, it's still not getting to the people. So I think it's a serious challenge
yes,
that in as much as people are paying for it, they are buying the units. And now you are not we saw the hike just barely 3 months ago, and now another hike over 250 to 300%. So I think it's something that every single Nigeria is actually frowning out. And I'm happy that we're going to be having the head of information here today to tell us, because they need to stop this, whatever it is they can, to really stop it.
I know what the president said. They didn't follow it, but let's see whether we get a better thing. Like also, Edo is right here with us. Edo, how are you? Are you the birthday lady?
I'm fine. Good morning,
Oh, this is Favor. Favor, how are you?
sir. Yes, I am fine, sir. Good morning, sir.
Morning, 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 morning. How is Edo?
Although it's fine this morning, the weather is a little bit cold because it rained last night to this morning. So the weather is a little bit colder. Everywhere is damp.
I like when you guys say weather is cold in Nigeria. Anyway, let's not go into that. Just enjoy it. So that when you come here, you know what is cold. All right. Anyway, you're welcome to the show. It's Wake Up Nigeria, and we are ready today. As I said, we'll take a look at the tariff. How is the? Edo, you guys do have meters, right? You have prepaid meters in Edo State, in Benin City. I know that. So how are
Yes,
you? How are people taking in
yes,
this new tariff, and that is going to be that is befalling on us like a sickness, like an Ebola, or how you call it, or like is it another COVID-19? Because that's how I see this. You say
yeah,
COVID-19 on the populace, yeah.
yes. It is really sad. During the fuel hike, when the first time fuel went very very up, I think that was sometime last year. um we personally, in my parents, they put up solar panels. So because of the high no light issue, I can't remember the last time I saw light, like NEPA light. I can't remember the last time I saw it around my area. I can't remember. Like, we are the only ones having light in that area because of the solar we put up, and some other persons that are down the street and all. So I was inside the bus last week, and I was hearing people talk about this issue, and they sounded so pained. They were so pained. I could not understand the pain they were feeling because, like I said, I do not depend on NEPA light,
Yes.
but I know it is very, very, very painful, and it is very alarming. And government should do something. They should not still add light to the issue we are facing. We are already facing it today.
it's,
We already have
it's,
a lot on our
it's,
plate,
it's
so
not
they should
enough
not add
better
light.
to this one. Yes,
Yes,
yes, I agree with you. Well, that is
yes,
where we are this morning. Where, as you all know, the tariff in Nigeria is coming, is here, and it's not going to go away. The government is on it, and it looks as if it's the international community or the IMF. No, let's not blame the international community. They impose it because when you take when you, a debtor is a slave. You know, when you borrow money indiscriminately, then people begin to tell you how to live your life. That is exactly what we're going through. I think IMF is telling the Nigerian government what to do and what not to do. Now they ask them to remove the tariff. The government is bent on doing so, because otherwise I don't see the wisdom in all this. But we'll take a look at that shortly. But let's take a look at the paper as usual. Let's see. From what we can see, Edo can tell us they have never seen electricity. Abuja, where they have it, they are really pained because you can imagine where they eat. And in Delta, of course, I don't care. I don't know what you're doing. You have your lights anyway. So, if a country where we are in darkness, that is why this is a very important topic for me. The first thing God did when He created this world is let there be light. Let there be light,
Yeah.
and that because it is important that there is light. When there's no
Okay,
light,
Daddy Chris, the guest said he's already with us. I
yes,
don't know if
I can
that's
see him.
correct.
I will soon add him.
All
Tell
right.
him to settle himself. I can see him, and I will soon add him. But he needs to be stable. I'm always on that. All right, we have our guests who will be joining us, and like I said, I wanted us to take a look at the newspaper. If he's trying to struggle, if you just tell him to sit upright and stable himself, for instance, then I'll add him to the seat. In the meantime, let's take a look at the first paper quickly. Otherwise, I know we don't have time to preview the paper today. All right, let's start with whatever Abuja decide.
Okay, we'll start with the Punch.
All right.
The big story on the Punch says FG plans 3 national ID cards for 104 million Nigerians, June. NIMC awaits presidential approval for May launch, says procurement will be seamless. Nigerians to get different e-cards for banking, social intervention, ECOWAS activities. You can find that on page 2. By the top left, we have OPS tariff hikes protest to Tinubu, and that is on page 36 of the Punch. $2.3 billion Siemens power project transformers substations arrive Nigeria, and that's on page 35. Dollar video. Release report of Ganduje's probe, Kanu tells EFCC, and that's on page 8. Editor's abduction. NPAN, NGE, NUJ demand probe, threaten lawsuit, and that is on page 9. Salah. FG declares Tuesday, Wednesday holidays as Tinubu arrives Lagos. You can find that on page 9. Relocation. Lagos terminates multi-billion naira Katangwa market contract. Page 30. Female London Lagos solo driver gets heroic welcome. That's on page 6. India-bound trafficker vomits and excretes 80 cocaine rats in Lagos airport. You can find that on page 4 and 5. These are all the stories we have on the Punch this morning.
Yes, like I said, we have our guests in our midst, and we're going to quickly introduce our guest and add him to the show. His name is. Let me quickly add him because we've kept him. Okuro, Mamuzo. Mamuzo, sir, you're welcome to the show. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Morning. So thank you for taking your time to join us this morning. We are really appreciate.
Okay, sir.
Yes, as you know, there's something like a sickness, like another epidemic, befalling on Nigerians, and that is the electricity tariff. We are expecting it. It's here, and could you tell us why we are where we are, sir? Because being somebody in the distribution sector.
Okay, concerning the tariff increase,
Yes.
the tariff increase is not for everybody.
Okay.
It's just for a certain number of persons.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, we're with you, sir.
It's just for some. Yes, it's not for everybody. It's just for some certain number of persons. If you look at the customer of the companies, the percentage is about 10 to 15%. and those who are on band A. Each of the category of customers, they have their band. We have some customer who can, at least in a day, they have in 24 hours, they have light up to 20 to 24 hours. Those are the customers that this tariff increase is affecting. Okay. It's not affecting somebody who's having below 10 hours or 8 hours. This increase is just for those who are getting above 20 hours.
Sir,
some of them are
yes. Sorry, sir. Who are
some of those? Yes.
Go on with. Let me let you finish, sir. Now, let me let you finish.
There are some of the customers who are on 11 kV who are getting above that 20 hours, while there are some on 33 who are getting above that 20 hours. Those on 33, there are some residential area whereby they are having that 20 hours. There are hotels, there are industries, there are companies. Those people, at least they are getting a maximum of 20 hours and above. Those are the people that they increased the tariff for, not for those people getting below.
So, okay, it's good to have that clarification. So, now you almost answered my question.
Daddy Chris, I was going to tell him to sit properly so we can see him talk.
Yes.
Let's see your
okay.
Yes. We can see you well.
Yes, that's why.
Okay, can you see me well now?
Better. It's better like
yes,
this.
That's
better. All right. Thank you for that observation, Princess. So, sorry, our expert here. I'll call you engineer, but let me manage to call your first name, Okuro. Okuro, it's very good that you enlighten us on this, because we're all thinking that this is another COVID-19, another coronavirus. Thank you for that. So it's only the rich, more or less, that will suffer this. Those who are really enjoying electricity.
Yes.
How do you classify that? How do we know that people in my band, in my area, are not subject to that kind of challenge? Because a hotel might be in my street, and I will have to suffer the same thing with the hotel. Or how does it work? How do you classify this?
See, we have, the company has its data. The data, we have the data that it doesn't mean because you live in an area where there is a hotel that you suffer the same fate. But if, for example, in that area that you live within a hotel and you are having that 20 hours, you'll be billed on that the new tariff. But if you are living in a hotel, it's not all hotels. They are having that 20 hours. You understand what I'm trying to explain to you now?
Yes, we understand.
In like some areas, even their hotels, they don't have that 20 hours. If they have 10 hours, they have 6 hours, they have 12 hours. But if you are in the area whereby the hotels is getting 20 an hour above, and you yourself as a customer, you are getting that equal service, you'll be billed on that new tariff.
Yes, that's understandable. Let's come to this, sir.
Yeah.
Why do you people choose to give some 20 hours and some less? Is it because it's something that we are I'm a novice here, you know. Why would some people get more hours and some get actually nothing? What is the wisdom in there?
Okay, you see the creation of the band is not by the discos. NEC brought out this tariff, multi-tariff year order. So it was the NEC that brings this suggestion. It's not the discos. So that equally everybody was supposed to have equal service. Everybody was supposed to have equal service. But NEC bring it in because one, you know, a lot of people don't know that the federal government, they are paying subsidy on electricity.
Yes.
When you tell some person, they will tell they will have this is just a joke. But now government have really come out because there are so many things that the government is not telling the masses. So let the government side, let them speak. It's not just the disco. The disco does not have power to say, okay, I will not give this for supply or I will give this for supply. They have organization, which is the NEC, that is controlling the discos, controlling all the activities that they do. So through that NEC, whatever the discos does, they take it from the NEC. So it's not just the disco that they just take a decision that, okay, I will give this for 20 hours or I will give this for 30 hours. No.
So it's in is in
Sir,
it's in go
Daddy Chris, can I ask him this
go
question as we
go on,
move
princess.
on?
Yes.
Sir, you did say that. Okay, I think my network is frustrating.
We can hear you.
Can
We
you
can
hear
hear
me,
you.
sir?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Can you hear me, Mr. Mamuzo?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
Princess, he can hear you.
Go ahead, I can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me? All
Yes.
right.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
I was going to ask you, sir. You did say that this is aimed at people who are getting the light or power for over 20 hours. And sir, if I could recall, we know that even in Abuja, I have been living in Abuja for over a decade, and it's hard to get a light for as long as 20 hours without interruption. And then we know that there are lots of people, especially outside Abuja, that don't even get the light up to 10, 8, 7, 6 hour daily. This is a fact. And how are we sure that this new tariff is not just something to distort people's businesses, Nigerians?
It's not true that there are people, look, there are places that get up to 24 hours. The way they do the calculation is not just this, a day is 24 hours. Night and day, that is what we calculate, not just the day.
Okay.
Do you understand me?
Yeah,
So if there are some areas that have 24 hours, it might not be every day. There are some areas that they have 18 hours. See, you see this data that I'm quoting. When you go to NEC, you see these data. You go to TCN, you see these data. These data are not just for the discourse alone. We don't work in isolation. You see, every data that we are, because the NEC, they have this data at their database. Just try to make your finding as a journalist. Go to NEC, ask for the daily report, because we send all our data every day to NEC to analyze. Yes, you said in some part of Abuja, people have supply more than that number of hours you are talking. Even in Lagos, if not for recently that there is a challenge, at least this challenge of poor generation all over the federation, the system collapse. People are enjoying the supply. There are some people that they can tell you that are getting supply for 20 hours and above in a day. But because of this period, there is a challenge in the generation that you see system collapse. The power minister have even come out to say something about the system collapse. That is not the fault of the discourse.
yes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you very much. And it's very good you putting this. From what we understand now, to be very clear,
Yeah.
it is NEC that is in control of who gets more
Yes.
and who gets less. And from what you just
Yes.
said, NEC get daily report of your supply. If I can understand that clearly. So in other words, NEC monitors what you guys do, and on a daily basis they know
Yes.
people are not having. Okay, very good. So it's good for Nigerians
Okay,
to
please,
have
I
that
have a
idea.
question.
Go on, doctor.
I have a question. So, sir, are you saying that I'm talking now from Benin. In the past years, where we were not using solar panel yet, I know that there are sometimes they will bring bill, and we would have not had light for the past months, but they will bring a bill for us at the end of the month for us to pay. And I think it is a common complaint. So, are you saying now that those people that have not had light for a while, because it is not everywhere, there are some areas that do not have light, as much as there are some areas that have 20 hours light and so on. So,
Hello?
those people that have not had light for a while, are you saying they will not be subjected to pay for light? They will not be subjected to pay the bills? Is that what you are saying? Since the higher it goes, the more tariff they have.
I did not understand your question. Come again. I didn't understand the question.
Okay, so my question, okay, I asked, I said there are some parts that do not have light. There are some parts that even for an hour in a day, they cannot testify of having light. So are you trying to tell me now that since for 20 hours they add tariff, that those are people that they are adding money to their bills? So are you saying those people that do not get light in a day, they will not be subjected to pay these bills?
What
No,
he's saying is that since neck, so, Mr. Okoro, she said that
no,
since neck
no.
has moved up
See,
to charge more, are they going to charge less for those who are getting less? If you are those who are getting more are paying
Exactly.
more. Are those getting less are going to
yes,
pay
Exactly.
less?
if you are if you are getting less, you will pay less.
Okay, less in terms of
Hello.
tariff, right? In tariff, right?
Okay. Okay, the people
Yes, if
that
you are
don't get
getting
light,
less,
Yes.
people that don't get
people
light
that
at all, are they supposed to pay bills? There are some areas that they don't
if you
get
don't
light at
have
all. So
light,
are those people supposed to pay bills?
when you don't have supply, how will you be? If like you have a prepaid meter, when you don't have supply, you will not be big.
Yeah, but they do though. They do
You will
bill
not
us sometimes. We
be.
have had
No,
cases
see,
like that in the
some you
past where they bill us.
see wherever it's just like in any area, maybe if I have a transformer that is breakdown, they stop the billing of such area. It's not just something if you don't have light for just 2 days, they will stop your billing. Out of a month, in 30 days in a month, you cannot say you don't have supply. You pay for what you consume.
All right.
Sir,
Hello?
can you hear me, Mr. Mamuzo?
Yes, I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you.
me, sir? Okay, so we are not
Yes.
saying this new tariff is for prepaid meter users or every other, whether estimated billing
Every,
or prepaid.
is for every customer once you are connected to our network. Once you are connected to our network and you are on band A, this increment is just for band A only.
All right. You
Okay,
see,
sir. How sure are we that? I want to ask you this: is it possible that I will live in a street with a hotel or one industry or something, and these people are having 24 hours light, and others on that same street are having lesser hours of light? Is that possible? I just want to be sure.
Yes, in some area we have commercial feeders who are feeding some of those hotels. You might be in the same street, but be on a different feeder that is feeding you.
all right. All right.
Oh,
I want to I want to come back to the story of NEC and your company. I'm interested in this
Yeah,
monitoring body. So, what are the
yeah.
criteria? That is, if you know that NEC uses to say, okay, these people should have more and this should have less. I just want to understand the criteria they use in making that decision, so that we as ordinary people, if I know if I want to get 24 hours light, I know what to do. If I know I cannot afford it, I know what to do. What are the criteria? What I'm asking is that supposing I live in an area and I want 24 hours, can I get it? Or how do I influence NEC to give me that? Or, I mean, what are the criteria, sir?
See, first of all, if you live in an area whereby maybe there are different feeders, because according to those bands, and maybe if you want to move to that band that is having constant supply, if you are moving to that band, you go to the you come to the company will say, okay, the company will profile you. If you can pay for the new tariff, then they will put you on that band. That is what they will do. You not that you pass through the illegal way. You come to the company will do assess your loan. They will give you order, okay, what you can, if you can meet up to their demand, then they will add it to that band so that they will bill you on that band. And you have that maximum supply on that band.
So, in other words, that service is available across the nation. That anybody that want the
Yes,
constant one can, as long as you pay more, you get more. Is that what you're telling us?
yes,
All right. That is
yes,
okay. Because what we're saying is that let's come to you. You're not the government, so you wouldn't know why the government is removing the why they are removing their hands. You understand on this matter? Because as you all know, we are going through it. You are ordinary Nigerians too. You've been suffering, whether electricity, whether this thing. But the question is, why did the government decide at this point to remove their hands from what you guys are doing? Because before they subsidize us and makes our life easier, now they're removing their hand. Do they think that some Nigerians can afford it better? Is that why the government is removing their hands? And if so, why is the government not supporting those who cannot afford it? That would be my question. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying. Because the government is saying, oh, those of you that can afford this, you're taking on the bigger band, pay for this. That's fine. Then what of those who cannot afford? Why is the government not supporting them? Because that's what a white government would do. But you're not in government.
Okay, I'm not in government. Your president, at least the minister of power.
Yes. Well, it's loud and clear.
Through that they cannot shoulder. Hello?
Yeah, we're with you now. We're with you. We can hear you.
The president, through the minister of power, have addressed the nation that because of the economic meltdown, that they cannot shoulder the electricity subsidy, that they will only remove, that they will leave the lower people who are on band B.
All right. So, in other words, those of us in band B, in other words, wait a minute. Mr. Kuro, in other words, those of us in band B and band C, we still get tariff, we still get the subsidy from the government. So government still subsidize what we use.
Yes. We still enjoy government subsidy.
So if we still enjoy government subsidy, then why are you not giving us more hours then? I don't see. They pay for what we can pay. Because what would have been wise is if the government think some people are poor, they cannot afford it, we help those who are poor to enjoy it, not to keep them in darkness. They're paying for what we do, but we remain in darkness, and those who can pay for their own are not enjoying it. Or is the government not paying you enough for those of us that are not the band B and C? Are you not getting enough to give us the same service like the other one from the government?
The government, what the government, most of these things, the discourse, they don't work in isolation. Whatever decision they are taking, they don't work in isolation. So is the government lay down guideline? That's if there are things, if there are information you need, go to NEC. Each of the state of the federation, there are NEC offices. As a journalist,
yes, we heard you. Thank you very much for that tip.
Information, this that they are asking you, they are doorstep. They will give to you. It's just that most of these journalists, you don't do your finding for where you're supposed to do your finding. Just go there. All those information, they will give it to you as a journalist. Yes. Wherever you are, go to NEC office. NEC, they regulate every activities of the discourse. Even the discourse, or everything they do. So just go to NEC. NEC will give you whatever information, why they allow band A, they allow band B. The disco cannot answer to that.
Yes, I agree with you. And to be honest, the most important thing we take from this discussion today is you have enlightened us that there is a NEC which works with the government, which is the government regulatory body that makes the decision on who gets more and who gets less. And now the government is subsidizing those of us who are in band B and C and D to Z. Unfortunately, we don't get it as those who can afford their own because the government have made a decision to keep those of us in darkness while those who can pay can see light. That would be a question we'll throw to NEC, not to you, sir. All right? We'll deal with NEC for that. Thank you very much for this wonderful tip. I know my guests are happy that they've heard enough. If there's no more question, we're going to let him go to have some because we've taken a little bit of your time. But thank you very much, honestly, Mr. Okuro. We would like to talk to you again on this because you've enlightened us. Sometimes we just fight your company for nothing. But that's why I'm happy you throw the weight on us that we are not doing our findings enough. Maybe you two should communicate more with us so that we know. Now, because you've come to us today, the world, 90% of Nigerians now know that, hey, it is not Disco's fault. There's a body called NEC. This is how the government is working. It's not Disco's. Maybe you guys should communicate more too. I know we as journalists will do our own part to follow up on this matter, but you people should also tell us, hey, it's not our fault. Oh, this is what the government says. This is how the government, we are following government regulation. Maybe you guys should give us those kind of information as well. Thank you very much for being with us this morning.
I have a question.
Okay.
You have a question? Okay. There's one more question for you, sir.
Yes.
But for your information, I'm not the PRO of the company.
Okay.
I'm only just I'm here on my own personal ground. Because the person that invites me, which I told him I'm not the PRO of the company. That is okay, no problem that you.
We really appreciate this, though. We appreciate this, to be honest. We appreciate this.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
sir, thank you for coming on the show. I was going to ask you whether this is the right time for electricity tariff. We all know the present economy, but from all what you've explained, I think that answers the question. We're viewers who've been on the show with Okoro Mamuzo. He's from Benin Electricity Distribution Company, BEDC. Thank you so much, Mr. Okoro, for being on the show with us this morning. We appreciate your time.
Okay, Debbie, Rebecca wanted to ask one more question because we let him go, but it's all right. Is our guest still there?
I'm here with you.
Okay, just one more question before we let you go because we already said bye. So sorry about that, Princess, because we're not around. Okay, Rebecca, quickly.
All right, mine is about there are some areas that they actually give low current. I think I heard of someone when they came to give a bill, he started asking the agencies how much for low current and all of that. So my question is, why do they still charge when they give low current in their areas? And what's the cost of them giving low current instead of the normal current they're supposed to give?
My friend, they don't give low voltage. What happened? Their transformer, maybe it might have been 40. And you see sometimes some of these things, the people living around those vicinity, they don't report an issue. When you discover that we are not getting the normal voltage that you were supposed to have, there's an office close to you. You report to that office. Who the bill they give to you? There is a number. There is a customer care number. There is a the marketing officer number there. You call and complain. So, my area is having low voltage. So the technical team will come and fix it.
All right.
Do you understand what I said?
We've had issues where these people will be called upon. Even you did say something. I'm actually struggling to hear you because I have network issues. But you said something about journalists not doing their findings. I stand to be corrected, sir. But I've lived in Abuja for a long time, and sometimes accessing information from this neck or your organization or others is quite difficult sometimes, sir. I stand as a journalist to say this because these are moves we have made before in the past. There were times in Abuja where I practically, me alone, not even the organization, I had to take that upon myself. I went to 3 different offices in Abuja, including the headquarters in Wuse Zone 4. And you see that these people will keep telling you the person in charge of this is not around, you have to go. It's stressful accessing information. Sometimes these people hoard this information. They try to gag the press. And I just want you to know this before you go, sir, that we're actually doing our best, sir.
All right. Like I told you.
See, for you, the best, in every organization, there is a PRO.
I know, sir.
It's just that, see, you know why I'm saying this. You see, even when the person that invites me on this program, he told me on a personal ground. He did not tell me this, that, but okay. Normally, in every organization, before you grant press interview, the company, if you are not their mouthpiece, you don't do that.
Yes.
Well, even what I'm doing now, I'm not permitted to do it, but because I just want to enlighten people on the new tariff, that's why I'm saying it. Because even if you go to channels, you go to Arise, the analysis, they normally analyze all these things there. So if you want to get a really info, go get to the PRO. The PRO will not hide any information from you, from the company. But when you go and meet a distribution staff or ordinary staff, they will not be able to speak on behalf of the company. So try to get to the PRO of the company. They will not hide information from you.
We do exactly. That is what I'll be trying to explain to you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, but like Prince, like he said, I think I told the blow back to them that maybe they should communicate more to take the blames from them, because you are the one we're dealing with. We don't even know there is neck. We don't know what the government is doing. They put you at the front, so you tell us too. Hey,
You
the
said you
government,
said
the
you said
government
a
is not.
while ago that there's a lot of things that the government is not telling the people. So I don't
Yes,
even want us to go into that argument because of time. We
yes,
know that for you to get appropriate information from any organization, you have to go through the PRO. And that is what I said, sir. Sometimes these people tend to gag the information for whatever reasons we don't know. We have been
yes.
doing that in Abuja. You see that something will be very, very serious before they will come out and start giving you in details. If not, on a norms, if I go there, maybe I go there on my own. They will tell you, what do you need this for? No, we can't say this, or maybe later. I'm engaged now. You come later. So it's always a very long process, except of course you have the time to do it. I'm not saying all of them, sir, but majority of these offices of this organization, that has always been the standard, sir. Even the
All
channels
right.
and AIT you talked about, my friends are there. You can ask them. That has been the standard. That is what I'm trying to make you understand, sir. So I'm telling you that the journalists as well, we are doing enough to make sure we get this information, correct information across to the public. Well, thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, sir, for being on the show this morning. Truly, we appreciate your time.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you too.
All right. That's a good one. That's a good place to let our guests leave. We have another guest coming up soon. We're still on the tariff, but let's quickly take a look at the papers because we are on it. We are on it. We want to get because some people want to know what is happening in the dailies today. Let's rush it. Abuja, fly.
Okay, we'll go to the Guardian now.
Okay.
Yeah, the big story says road to 500 billion naira recapitalization. Bank owners lobby seek adjustments in share capital composition, and this is on page 6. Naira's defense debt servicing gulp in 1.4 trillion naira as foreign reserves dip. This is on the news page 4. Gavi Alliance initiates $1 billion program to boost vaccine production in Africa. This is also on the news page 4. Electricity tariff hike. FCCPC others pressure federal government to revert decision. I'm focused on fixing Nigeria's problems, not LP's internal crisis, says Obi. Yusuf knocks Ganduje over criticism of administration. And that's on the news page 27. APC leaders allege plot to disrupt Ondo primaries. This is on news page 26. Criminals in camouflage. How rising impersonation of operatives complicates internal security. These are the stories we have this morning on The Guardian.
Well, as you can see, the electricity hike is here. I hope we have the labor to join us shortly, top of the hour, to discuss that. But what is this round now with Labour Party? The only reason we know there is a party called Labour Party is Peter Obi. Peter was a blessing to Labour Party, and I'm sorry that Labour Party has not really taken advantage of what Peter has done. And today it's like they have internal crisis. First, I heard they want to remove him. They don't want to make him their presidential candidate. I think they've dropped that because without Peter, there is no Labour Party. They should understand that. So, what is going on in this Labour Party, Princess? Do you know? Hello. Obviously, there's a lot of this. They can't hear me that much. Princess, can you hear me?
I can
I
increase, yes.
okay.
Okay, good. So what I'm saying is, before now, we never heard of Labour Party. We know Labour Party is one of those parties like the YPP and all the Redemption Party there. But with Peter, Labour is the third most significant political party in Nigeria today. And like people in Edo, I was even saying, hey, whatever Peter has done, you people didn't take advantage of it. You know, Peter made Edo labor. You color Edo labor, but now the color has faded away. Now they're having internal crisis. It's like they don't respect the Peter. You know, are these people, do they know what they do in other labor party, or what is going on? What do you guys understand from this?
Sir, we know that Labour, thank God we'll be having Mr. Benson, Comrade Benson, of the Head of Information, Nigerian Labour Congress. Maybe we should throw some of these questions aside the electricity tariff,
Yes,
even though we invited him specifically based on that. That was what I told him. But, sir, we know that Labour has been back and forth. And like I said, it's only in Nigeria that we see the Labour Party is not in a line with,
with the vision,
the
with the vision,
organized labor is not,
yes,
yes, is with the vision of the people. Now, a
yes,
Labour Party, from what I've seen so far, a case study of the United Kingdom is that they are, it's as if is the party of the masses, the people, and just the ordinary people. You don't have to
yes,
be very rich. You don't have to start buying people. You don't have to pay, or the ones who are used to PDP and APC, are blocking everybody's face with their wealth and all that. And so I think Labour Party is a party where ordinary Nigerian can just come up and say, I want to be this because I have the what it takes to change a country, and people will listen. But we've seen so far that in Nigeria here, the organized labor. I don't know why the organized labor specifically they are having issues with the party. As a whole, we know that they are supposed to be one with. It's supposed to be a strong force. The organized labor, the Labor Party, and of course the workers, the people as well, especially when we're talking about the likes of candidate that can do something different from what we have been seeing before. But we see that I think it's more of personal interest. I don't know why the labor organized labor keep having issues with Peter Obi, and we saw yesterday they are saying that he can leave the party, they don't care and all that. And Peter, I like the statement. There's something on the news that he's focused on fixing Nigerians' problem and not their issues in Labour Party. And so I think that idea is that Nigeria is way bigger than these caucus, these cabals. We used to see cabals and godfatherism issues in other parties, and it's the same thing we're now seeing in Labour Party. I'm quite afraid, sir, because from the last election, which we covered live here, we know that, talking about the general election, we know that a lot of the people actually stood behind Labour. There was a force, it was a movement. And I'm scared with this back and forth tantrum they throw. We don't know what will become of the party just before the next major elections we're going to have, sir. It's
Yeah.
pitiful.
you,
Sir, like you,
yeah, yeah,
okay.
go on,
Okay,
go
so
on.
like you said, Labour Party came, because of the Obi movement. That is why Labour Party came to be heard by the people.
Yes,
Like it was like other parties like YPP and all of that, which I will say yes is true. Because we have always heard about APC and PDP. That are the two major parties, and that has the presidency card that has been played among both parties in the past, and even I think even now. So I believe the OB card, it was when it came on board, it was like not all the candidates are like OB.
yes.
You understand what
So
I'm
it's like
getting
a
at, sir?
joker. It was a
Yeah,
joker
yes,
for them. Yeah,
exactly. Not
that joker
everybody
that
is
will
like
win
OB. All
the
the
aces.
all
Yes,
the candidates that will come up now, we during the election that took place here, we used everybody voted during presidential election. Everybody
yes,
was voting because it is Obi, because it is Obi. Everybody was voting. We don't get to know who the other candidate is or whatever because it is Obi. We're just voting Obi, Obi, Labour Party. Even during, I can say during the rep House of Rep and Senate. That's how we
yes.
voted. Yes, because it was Labour Party and
It
because
was
it was Obi.
beautiful.
Yes, and now they are having internal issues, and Obi is slowly fading away from the picture.
Yes.
Do you understand? So I don't
I
know what will become of Labour Party if they take him out of the picture. I
no,
think they will go back
No,
to being
let's let's
extinct.
let's let's get something right. we might still have other people like Obi that could come up even
In
at
the
the
near
dying minute,
future,
and Nigerians. We look at profiles, we look at their past experiences, we look at individuals. We are not looking at parties at this point. And that was what happened with Peter Obi. It's not about the labor, it was about Peter. And so
yes,
likewise, we
that's
can
what
still
I
see
am
any other
saying. It
person.
was
Yes, we can still
yes,
see any other individual that might want to come out, and people will say, okay, this is somebody we want to reckon with. But my fear here is that, there's something in labor now that is ongoing. If you have been following the trend and the news, you see that there is this, even the organized labor, as organized labor, they cannot even put their houses in order. Now they are taking this also on the party, which is supposed to be, a party of the people, the workers.
yes,
And now, so Nigerian workers and the people are beginning to see that, okay, we thought Peter will be coming into labor, there will be a massive restructure, it will be different, even whether or not he won the last election. But now we're seeing that they are gradually turning into another APC and PDP, and that is the worry. And so we are
Thank you.
afraid that is why I go ahead, sir.
No, no, I really like what you're saying. That's the point. That we
yes,
what is disheartening. Let me use Edo State as a case study. Peter swept Edo State, won Delta State, but if you see the candidates, until Peter won, until Peter destroyed them, that is when this guy Pella of Delta State begin to come up and say, yeah, I really want to be governor. That is when he ever had a faith in themselves. You see,
yes,
I'm talking of the last election, and I'm sure that is how it was. Now, Edo State, we are having a governorship race. You won, Labour won the Edo State. They could not even win one local government. They couldn't even win a local government. They tell me, oh, it was rigged. Yes, rigged the election too. Sometimes they talk about this rig. Does Peter rig to win? Sometimes I believe sometimes they look down too much on us. I said it again and again that if a young boy will come by one day and preach us a good news, we will fund his campaign. This is what happened with Peter. Peter did not give
yes,
any money. He didn't give anything, but we fought. And people were, and I know boys in the UK were saying, "I'll drop 10,000 pounds for towards the campaign," and they were dropping money.
Even not just that one, sir. We saw Mama Put, on that day of maybe campaign, Mama Put, the akara
You,
sellers,
you
pure
remember the
water
woman they break
sellers.
her head? The woman they break her head.
Yes,
She still went down and vote.
her eyes, yes, something with her
yes,
eyes that day. And then we saw people selling, the ordinary pure water seller, the ordinary person, shoemaker on the street. They were bringing money. Like I said, I went to a
Princess,
car wash in
let me
Abuja
let me
as well
let me
that
give you one
period.
quote. The quote I never forgot. I give you this quote before you close yourself. I spoke to a lady I know never voted in her life. He said, "Look, what I'm going to do?" He said, "Daddy, I'm just going to go and vote for Peter and come to my house." You understand? I'm just going to vote for Peter and come to my.
yes,
That was how
yes,
it was. It was beautiful to see a change, a revolution that we can never define.
Answer.
Like
If
this,
you even
and then
remember then at the go ahead. Go
even in
ahead.
my state, our former governor, his presidential candidate, he was in PDP as of then, Dr. Samuel Otom, the former governor of Benue State. He left his presidential candidate, which was Atiku, and then declared his support for Peter Obi. That was how it was in Benue State. Our
Obaseki
governor
literally did
never
the same.
supported Atiku at all.
Obaseki literally did the same. Obaseki was
Yes,
saying
and
that
it
the
caused
this movement,
issues.
yes. Obaseki said the same. So that was how good it was. Now, but yet the organized labor who's supposed to realize this and take advantage of it are busy sleeping. Go on, Princess. I'm sorry to be cutting you off in
I'm
between.
thinking also from the force we saw from the last election and the reports we got that day, we hooked to connected to different states as well. From the reports we got,
All right, the network is
again,
failing us.
we think also that we think also that even though the organized labor or the Labour Party tends to do away with Peter Obi, just maybe I feel like once Peter, like what he said on the news this morning is quite, interesting. We want to see more of Peter, doing what he does, not about the labor now, but about individual as a person, always coming out, contributing to the society, things to better the anything, ideas that could actually sell, could actually make us a better country. And I think just maybe then at that point in time, even if he comes out under any other party that time, people will still want to reckon with him. If they now know that even with the labor crisis, with the issues, Peter was firm, he was there also contributing to us, because I really do not want Peter to get involved with this crisis.
Yeah, but Princess,
Please.
the problem
I've
is you don't
never
win
been
election.
I've never
You
been
don't.
in a political beat. It's not my beat.
Yeah,
Go
but
ahead,
Princess,
sir.
you don't win you don't win an election alone. You need a structure to win election. That was one of the things we suffered.
Exactly.
You understand? That
Exactly,
was one
sir.
of the things we suffered. You understand? The only reason the ordinary people were there, but the structure was lacking. And that is
Exactly.
why,
If I
and that
can, if
is an
sir,
opportunity
sir,
missed for
sir, if we
Nigeria.
can recall, sir, if we can recall, Peter
Yes,
Obi was in PDP. Let's not
yes,
forget.
mhm,
He moved to Labour Party within a very short period of time,
yes.
and
There
there
was a,
was this massive movement because of
yes,
him. And so I don't want Peter to get involved with this, political jumbo they do in APC. Now we are seeing the same thing in Labour Party. That is the worry. You know that during that election, youths, we interviewed youths across Abuja. Even that night, sir, we didn't sleep on that. Everybody, that
every,
decrease.
they were,
Everybody was here for
they were
hours.
dancing, they danced in morning. There was a
You saw, you saw,
celebration.
you saw people. The popular Amala huts in Abuja went and brought
Exactly.
every chicken they were cooking in the polling
Give you
units.
water
They were
free.
giving out drinks. They needed to wash their vote counts. And even 12 a.m., 1 a.m., they were there, sir. So this is a very serious issue. It's not just about, the Labour Party, but it's about
Yes.
Peter as a person as well.
No, no, it's about
That
a
is,
movement, Princess. No, you see, it's not only just about Peter, it's about Peter speaking the minds of Nigerians. You understand? Let's understand this. You know, when you come and preach the gospel, it's the gospel that unites us, not the preacher. You understand? That's why another person can preach. I can tell you the same message Peter came up with. If somebody passes it the same way, we will listen to him. That's why I said it's about the ideology. Peter was telling us,
Exactly,
no,
sir.
it's time to move from this so-called sharing to production. That was what I bought because I know my challenge. I know what
and,
as an
and,
intellectual.
and sir,
Yes,
I can bet you, and I want you to say, take this to the bank and keep. Now, if the organized labor and the Labour Party continue with this, tantrum, I bet you people are going to run away from them in the next election. And
definitely.
that is
Like
the point I'm
like
trying to make here.
They are no more there. People
That
are
is
no
the
more with
point I'm
them.
trying to make.
We are with
Nigerians are
Peter.
quick to know that, oh, we thought they were different, and that is something.
But wait, oh,
yes, but like Daddy
yes,
Chris, like you said, it is not about anything but the movement.
yes,
The Peter Obi movement, it has given a structure. It has told Nigerians that somebody can come up. Because
yes,
I remember then when Peter Obi was campaigning and all, there was a banner that said he held a rod like Moses, leading the children of Israelites out. You
yes,
understand? So they were like, Moses has come, that
yes,
kind of thing. So the movement, I think that is what it is all about, telling us that anybody with potential, anybody that has the mind of leadership, that has the heart to lead Nigeria to a better place, can actually come out, no matter your status or where you are from. So the Obi movement, it has laid down a structure. It has told Nigerians that we can seek for revolution.
yes.
That is
And
the message.
an intelligent revolution, daughter. An intelligent one
Yes,
for that. Not the one who go on the
yes,
street
sir.
to fight. There was a
No,
revolution
no, no, no.
that has no definition. And that is the
Yes,
opportunity I'm talking about. If we
yes,
cannot restructure again, don't forget, this thing came out from 2020 when the children went out to protest. That anger was there. That need to come out. The need to cry. They were ready to cry. Then Peter was the hope. See, everybody now work on. They put the whole energy of that NSAS into Peter, and we have that revolution. Labour would have been taking advantage of this. It's a missed opportunity. And now, if we have to re-strategize again, then we are going back to zero. We don't need to start from zero. Peter started from zero, and he took us to here, which was built from here into taking power. Not going back to zero again. Because if Peter go to another party, his new faces, don't forget, there were some valuable men within the Labour Party. I know that lady, Yusuf. All of them came in and they were good. Are they going to go with Peter? How many people? This is not about individual. Let us work on the ideology. You see, the Labour, hopefully when we meet him today, we'll be able to ask them questions. what is the political ideology of the labor movement? I don't even want to talk of the labor as an organization. Labor is a movement that carries the workers, the people. They look at the suffering of the poor. We're talking about electricity today now. The government has said something correctly. What this guy just taught us. NEC will say, give these people, don't give this. We'll pay for those. But it's the ones they choose that they will give. So the poor can die. That is what we've heard. Then I used the word and he said he's not in the position to answer that. So I'm waiting for Labour to really address that. But I would really want to talk to NEC. Which wisdom does government have to say some people should have, and those who are not having, we will pay for them. But those who are not having, you're paying for them, but they're not getting it. I would say that thank you for paying for those who cannot afford it, but let them have equal service like those who are having it, who are paying for it. That's what every government will do. But unfortunately, our government will pay, and what the government will pay for will not get the service. So maybe the private one is why they're getting their services. We'll leave that for God and leave it for another day to discuss that. But let us see, take a look at another difficult issue on this Guardian, because when I see the yellow line, the red line, I say, criminals in camouflage. I don't understand. How rising impersonation of operative
Yes,
complicates internal security.
that has been going on. If I may say, that has been going on for a while now.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I'm
And
with you, doctor.
there was a case in my area where I was out. There was a case in my area where they said some persons came in military uniforms, impersonating the military arm,
Yes.
and they came into the house. The woman is in my area. I know her very well. They came
Okay.
into her house while her husband was away. She was about driving out, so they just carried them like that, and they were just leading them to only God knows where. So information got to the husband, so he quickly alerted the police because there's a police station close to my area. So he quickly alerted the police, and they went for rescue. So fortunately, they rescued the people, but unfortunately, the the impersonate the
The guy.
robbers or
Yes.
kidnappers, they escaped. And even I had a case where these persons, they said they come in military uniforms, they will stand on the road. Somebody sent this information now to my mom, and I listened to the news. He said they will stand on the road, and they will they will hold their phones. When they hold their phones, they will, when your car is coming, they will target the car they are after. Clean cars, those cars for those Yahoo boys and all, but clean cars mostly. So they will do as if the car as like it hits their phone, and when the phone drops on the floor, they will tell you that you have hit their phone and you need to buy the phone, you need to repair the phone. The man said this thing happened to him. It happened like they took his person, somebody he knows. So he said they took the girl into the bush, telling her that she's going to pay for the phone. And because we fear the military men, we when we see military people, there's this fear that comes. We feel like, oh, these people they can do something to us and all of that. Because of this fear, the person followed the military personnel, and that is how the kidnapping went. And they asked for, I think about I can't really remember the figure right now, but I think it's about 600 and something thousand or 300 thereabouts. So they took the money and went into the bush, delivered it, and rescued this person. So this has been going on for a while, this military impersonation. So I don't know. These military men should call people their to action. I don't know how they even access these uniforms, or they can get the material and sew it anywhere and just be on full wear, full military wear. I don't know. So they should try and do something about it because it
And,
is.
and, and that brings us to this Okoma issue. The Okoma people have been saying military men, people have been coming in military uniform to come and
Yes,
victimize them. You understand?
yes,
They wear this and they come and they say they are military. So when they see military, we don't know who is military anymore. And I think
exactly.
this
You know,
yes,
this issue. Yeah, I want to talk about the East. You know, I
but
don't know what they are called, but
yes,
sometimes they wear these camouflage trousers,
yes,
and they
it's
are
the military
wearing,
uniform they wear. Yeah.
yes, the black top. Now I'm saying the real people now. They wear like a black something, and then they tie their hair like they tie all these handkerchiefs, or their, I don't know what they are after.
Bandana.
Yes, and then they
You know,
are by the road. The first time I was in a vehicle going, I served in Anambra going to Oka, and I saw these people, I was scared. Like they were not fake people, they were the real what you can call them, but they were looking so scary. They were looking like criminals, I tell you. And it was scary. I was like, how can these people, if you are here to protect people, at least you should look, there's a way you have to look. So how do we know now when there are criminals standing on the road, when those who are real are dressed like what? I don't know. I don't
like
know.
criminals.
Yes, like criminals.
I mean, what, in fact, Nigeria should take the military off the street. We are in the civilian. If you come to the UK,
Exactly.
you hardly see a military man on the street. For doing what?
Yes.
If you enter a train with them, they are going to their base. They're the
You see,
most.
one of my friends,
Oh God.
one of my friends, she works in a bunny. She told me the other day that she was driving, and then she saw them on that her heart almost failed. She thought they were kidnappers, but they were not. Like she said, the way she turned her car immediately, but they were. She later found out that these were not kidnappers. But she said, how can these people dress up, tying their hair? You are standing on the road. Your gun is like, what exactly are you? Are you out here to protect or to scare us? So now, my own is, we really cannot differentiate when these people are on the road, when they are the real people, and when they are not. We're not. They are just criminals who wear uniforms to just kidnap or steal from people. They should really do something. If you're on the road, right? Look, wear your complete whatever that you're supposed to wear. Look good. Don't scare Nigerians. How do we know that these people, they are the anti whatever, or these people are criminals? So they really need to do something about it, because they don't have. You see now, no offense, these people, I don't think they don't even iron their uniform. Some of them don't even iron. If you see the way their uniform looks, it doesn't look good at all.
Yes.
So how do we know? How they should stop scaring us so that we'll know who is who when we see them.
Thank you.
In addition to what Blessing said, these criminals now, most of them, they like using military camo because it makes it easier for them to rob people. I remember back 3 years back when I was serving in Akwa Ibom, we passed out, and the commanding officer of the barrack ordered a bus for people that were staying in Kaduna State to be transported back to their states. And when they were going, they have to sleep on the way. Early hours of the morning, they continued their journey, and those criminals now, they walk camel, and then they stopped them. They stopped because they thought they were military personnel, and that was how they brought out their guns and collected all their phones. Glory to God that nobody was harmed. They just collected their items, and that was what happened. So they like using these camel to rob people. So they should try to at least be dressing nice so that they can be able to differentiate.
Even police, iron your
Yes.
uniform. Don't we know that really your salaries truly they are not taking care of them. Most of these people on they are not taking. But iron your uniform. Don't look like what the government is putting you through. So that at least when we see armed robbers, at least our eyes can tell that these people, they are not our own.
Thank you very much. What a very good place to go on a quick break. Police, military personnel, know your position. Know the way you dress. Please, you are there to serve Nigerians. You're not there to victimize us. You're not there to hypnotize or threaten us. When we see you, we should be sleeping, we should be relaxed, we should be happy. That's what you're doing, and we respect that. But please, for us to be able to appreciate that, to work with you, do the right thing. Let us have a little bit of ID card. The way you talk, the way you dress, that's the way that's what's going to give us the confidence to work with you. On that note, we'll go on a quick break. We'll be right back. We're still here with Wake Up Nigeria. Don't go away.
Ooh la la! The second edition of the Nigerian Week London 2024 is here.
It's another blend of arts and culture, entertainment, business and networking activities.
A week-long extravaganza showcasing the best of Nigerian music, dance, craft, fashion, and businesses.
Taking place at the prestigious Lighthouse Theatre, 262-274 Camberwell Road, London, SE5. OAY. Date 22nd to 28 July 2024.
Tickets are available at everbright.com. For partnership and sponsorship, please visit superiorradioandtelevision.com
or call +4407 459 513 619 or +4420 3623 8755.
Email info at superiorradioandtelevision.com or visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com/Nigerian Week 2024.
Come and experience a nation's culture that resides in the heart and in the soul of its people.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We're still on Wake Up Nigeria. It's a beautiful Monday morning, and we've been looking at the challenges we face as a nation. One of them is electricity. Now we just dive into the issue of security. Our security men, sometimes the way they dress, and not that the security men are scaring us with the way they dress, and number two, people are impersonating them, making crime easy. I mean, that is a very huge challenge because sometimes if you see, if I don't obey a military man because I suspect him, the case of Okuma may come. You understand? And then we'll be right. And now, if I follow the fake ones, I get kidnapped. We need
Yeah.
more. We need more from the government. We need more. We need more.
Anyway, there are some issues here that are very disturbing. I want us to look at as well. And Mr. Comrade Benson said he'll be joining us very soon.
Okay.
But I want us to look at this. I don't know if we've discussed about Punch before. There are some very catching headlines there because I don't
Yes,
want to take us back.
Yes, we did discuss it. We
we
just
didn't discuss it. Yes,
we
Okay,
I really wanted to say
there's
something
a
about the punch.
there's a story here that is that has been a topic now that says editors adoption. NPAN, NGE, and NUJ demands probe, threatening lawsuits. And now there's something that is very disturbing. If you follow news currently, you see that the rate at which journalists are being kidnapped, adopted, and killed. And these are boiled down to when editor writes against. We know that the editor's piece is what a lot of people look up to when they pick a newspaper. I mean the hard copy. Once you pick it, the first place people go through, even me, is the editor's pick. And we know that this is always against people or for people, and this has always been a trend. And we know that as regarding to that, a lot of people, these editors, journalists, their lives are at risk as well. And we saw the Punch editor that was killed at Asokoro to Kuba, the old road, that the new express road. And then we saw others, we've been seeing others as well. Some are jobs for no reason because one is against one minister or one politician, and before you know, they start cooking up lies, stories here and there. Of course, when an ordinary editor, a journalist is arrested, is put behind bars. I have a friend, also a senior colleague, that happened to him. He was actually there for over 2 weeks. It took the effort of the NUJ. We had to go to NUJ. We started working up and down before they could release this man. And funny enough, he did nothing just because a piece of an article he wrote, and a certain politician said, okay, why will you write such a thing? Even though the proofs are glaring, they are there. But of course, Nigeria is a country where there are some people that feel they are untouchable. You are not supposed to touch them. You are not supposed to bring them out to the open because of their negligence or their issues. And so I'm really worried. It's worrisome if we continue like this. Like I was trying to correct that man. We've been, as I speak to you now, I personally, like yesterday, I spoke to over 3 5
All right.
I spoke to over 3 5 PROs, to different organizations, to different companies. I have been talking to a certain PRO for over 2 months now, and he said, "Hey, Princess, now my table is full. Well, don't worry when I have time." And so these are some of the issues we have. They don't know what we go through behind. They only see. They only judge us based on what they see on air, but you don't know what we do. Of course, if I'm going to bring a statistics here, I'm not going to come here and be counting it until Daddy Chris will always say it's not about the process, it's the result. And so
Yes.
a lot of people also do not know this, but I'm really appealing that please, they should allow the press to do their jobs. They should stop gagging the press. They should stop this manslaughter against the press is not something that is very appealing, because it could be any one of us. You might just
Yes.
say something and somebody say, "Okay, this person said this," and they go after you. So I'm really appealing to NUJ, and of course to the federal government to make sure that the lives of the pressmen are well secured. Of course, they are the bridge between, the people and the government, and they are they are the people that the public rely on as well for information. So I just really want to appeal to our government to please do something to make sure that these pressmen,
Yeah,
our lives are secure.
you guys are young. You remember the days of Delegiwa. And every time we are here talking, everybody will always say to Daddy, please, you are doing this, they will do this to you. I say, well, I'm old enough. I can understand the trauma, if especially if you're in Nigeria and saying all these things about them. In fact, it's a death sentence doing what we're doing. And sometimes I'm very careful not to
And
put you
then
guys in.
also there's a story here that says India bond trafficker vomits excretes 80 cocaine wrap in Lagos airport. This is so dangerous to somebody's health. I know that this is a practice that has been on for a very long time. This is a way they move drugs around, and it's more horrifying when I see young girls, young boys are getting involved in this. Sometimes you even see married women. I don't know how it's I don't know how they do it, but it's so risky. I can't even imagine it. Somebody swallowing that, and then when you get to wherever you're going, you start vomiting, and you don't have to eat or drink anything before you bring them out. So how dangerous is this? And why would somebody want to actually do this? And let's assume something open in your belly or in your stomach. You can even die on the process or in the quest of trying the quick get rich syndrome. And so I don't know what I know that the NDLA is actually at the top of it. They are doing all this, but we appeal to them also, and even Nigerians, the youth. I really want to talk to the youth. It's so worrisome. I don't know why a youth will just wake up. There's so much brainwash these people. They give you wraps of cocaine. Some even take as far to 100, 200 or something in their stomach, in their belly, in their anus, and before you know, they go to the airport and they are caught. What becomes of you? You are not thinking about your life. You are not thinking about your family. You just wake up and somebody these people actually giving you this. Why can't they swallow it and travel with it? It's easy. Do it yourself. And this also is the call when you're traveling. Stay away from people. Don't allow anybody say watch over this bag, hold this bag for me. Don't try it. People are actually dubious, and they do a lot of things. It's quite alarming the rate at which young people are now swallowing cocaine, trying to do drugs, and we know that, like I said, this has been a trend for years now. But there was a time the thing actually, I thought it was going to extinction where you don't longer see people taking that risk. But I saw this news last week, and now again we're seeing this news. It's alarming, and I really want young people as well, to know the health implication of this. Not just the money you're trying to make, but let's talk about your health as well.
No,
That is
Princess,
what I'm really.
Daddy
Yes,
Chris,
go ahead.
concerning what Princess said about journalists, it's very, very disheartening that it's happening in Nigeria here. I could remember very well one time President of America, Thomas Jefferson, he said he would prefer information to government. But coming to Nigeria here, what you say, the repercussion of what you said after as a journalist is not guaranteed. We don't have freedom here to like say the truth or publish the truth, and it's very, very bad. The government really needs to leave journalists to actually do their own, because if you tend not to do the right thing, and it will shake the credibility of journalism. So for us to do our work well as journalists, the government needs to leave journalists to actually do what is right.
God will bless you, young woman. Because one important thing here is just on the issue of the drug, Princess. I don't know if it's me of my time. In those days, we hear people carrying drugs from Africa to Europe. Now, somebody bringing drug from India to Nigeria, meaning there's high rate of consumption of these drugs now in Nigeria.
Yes. Yes, it is quite surprising, because like
Yes,
you have said, Daddy Chris, they take it out, they don't bring it in
they don't
mostly.
bring it
So
in. Yeah,
the drug coming in, that is much more alarming,
that,
much
that,
more
in fact, that
alarming.
was thank you, my daughter. That was the thing I heard because in those days we hear so somebody's carrying drug to America, carrying
Yes,
drug to Europe. Yes, but bringing drug to Nigeria, that's to tell you where we are
Where
as a
the
nation.
market is. That
There's
that
a
is
big
tell
market,
you
exactly. So
where
there's
the and
market for drugs now, for hard drugs in our country. That
the
is a
number
big
of
challenge.
rats.
That
Did you,
thing
did
is
you
here.
see the number there? They said
Yes.
80 racks.
Can you
I've
80
imagine?
been
rap.
trying to wrap my head around someone swallowing 80 wraps. I have seen how, maybe in movies, how a wrap looks like.
Yes.
And when you say somebody swallowed 80, that is huge. Now you can, like Princess said, you can imagine, if that just opens up in the person's, that is straight death. It's not negotiable.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
just
it's
die
very
instantly, and then why are you risking your life for what? For money? So we really need to, the government really need to, I think we need to do more of the sensitization on, many young people are now taking drugs, and all of the drug
But
intake
the
is
question is a country where you tell me there's no money. Where they having money to buy these hard drugs? These are not cheap drugs.
exactly. No, but I think that because I think it is the bigger people that they, though we are in a country that you say there's no money, but I think there is still money in some sectors. Some people,
So
there are people
yes,
that
that is
still
what
see.
I'm saying. So there's money in
So what
Nigeria
I,
because
that's
if
what
people
I'm
can
saying.
see get used to drugs, then you guys
Yes,
are not
because there are
hungry.
people that can, there are
And
people
when
that can
some of
afford
these
it.
people are addicted, they don't mind going out there to rob or steal just to
Yes,
get those drugs.
exactly,
That
exactly.
no
They can go
drugs
extra
drug
mile for
addiction
it.
always leads to crime. It always leads to
Yes,
crime. That's one of those things. I agree. So anyway, I want us to look at. Let's go on a lighter note now. Our man Wike. I wanted to look at the Daily Times
but
today.
sir, please, there is, please, I would like to say there is this news on the Punch, the big headline on the Punch that has
Okay.
interested me, and
Okay.
I wanted to talk about it. They say FG plans three national ID cards for 104 million Nigerians June. I when I saw this, I was like, okay, the NIN, or the NIN we have been trying to get, there are people that have still not gotten their NIN because, like I've said before, the like it has they've made it difficult to get it, very very difficult. Now you are planning three new ID cards and you are saying the process will be seamless. How sure are we that the process will be seamless when people have not even still gotten their NIN? There are
Someone will
people that
become
have not
millionaire
that
from
yet
it.
to get their NIN. And I know
Some
the
Nigerians.
struggles many went through to get that NIN. I know the struggles I went through even before they started monetizing it.
You
There
know,
was so much struggles.
you know,
Now, yeah, I can hear you.
yes, this ID card, this thing. I just wanted to say that this, when you hear the number of ID cards and the rest, you know that a lot of money is going to go into this project. This is going to be really expensive. Now, you want to give me an identity when I have not eaten? I don't understand what I should hold an ID card as what? For what? You want to
Do
put in money for ID cards when you've removed fuel subsidy, electricity, and all of that? I really see. I'm in on this with you. Why do we need three extra identity cards? What are we using them for?
Yeah, that is what I said the last time. I said we have NIN and we still have a voter's card. Man,
Yes.
it doesn't make sense. You understand? In the UK, because you are registered to vote, your name is on the registry, you identify yourself with your any ID card. So why do I need to have one card for
Three.
for voting, another one for this, another one for me, another one for the bank,
Exactly.
another one for, and now I will get confused. I have too many mobile phones already, and this is just waste of time and resources. I wish the government can really, really understand what they're doing. At the end of the day, somebody will be made to be the director of that body, and he's going to become a rich man, and he's going to carry his
Exactly.
women to Dubai. Now, wow, it's like at the end of the day, we don't know who to blame. Well, like I said, the government know what they're doing. From today, what I have learned from this show today, this guy said there's a body called NEC. NEC is responsible for the way electricity is being distributed. They will say, give these people, don't give this. So you decide those who should stay in darkness and those who should have light. We want to have that discussion with NEC very soon. And I know Princess will be on that case. We want to have somebody from NEC on this show, not later than the end of this week. We'll do that. And but what I really wanted to also look at again is the anti-party, because I've been seeing Wike is an anti-party guy. He has been an anti-party guy. He remained an anti-party guy. And Wike is the most difficult anti-party. Is the biggest trouble you have if you have a political party. Look at Wike here again. What do we do with this man, Wike? Eh? Princess, what do you do? If you have Wike as a husband, how do you handle him? Maybe that's what I'm going to say. If you marry Wike, how do you handle him, Princess?
I gave up on him a long time ago. Funny enough, I used to like Wike a lot way back. I don't know what happened. He just turned something. Even Wike on his look at Wike very well. You see that over proud to now, he used to be very plumpy. He used to be very cute, and all of a sudden, because of this wahala, tantrum, basketballs, look at him. He's looking so old. All of a sudden, trouble. Even the trouble he's making is not good for him as well. You practically having issues with everybody. Once somebody is not on your side is a problem. And then I don't know, you cannot eat your cake and have it, but Wiki also want to eat his cake and still have it.
Yes.
I don't even the fact that PDP is still pampering Wiki is what I do not understand. We know
No,
that
but in
it's
a way,
not.
I like Wike destroy PDP for them because you know what PDP they don't know what they're doing. Why would PDP continue to bring article? I saw Wike destroy PDP. Hey, you're my man there.
Sir, don't say that. We had a time that even APC was bringing Muhammadu Buhari like how many times? It's not
That's
about
true.
it's politics, sir. The more you look, the less you see. It's politics. And the
But
fact
what has the
that
Buhari done for us? Why would we want? What can article really do for
Daddy
Nigeria
Chris,
again?
Daddy
I know,
Chris,
yes.
Buhari used to be your guy way back. I
No,
can
I no,
remember
but no,
that.
Buhari. Why I like Buhari was when I look at the man, he looked so transparent. You understand? Yet he couldn't do much. He was the problem with Buhari. He wasn't a very evil man. Buhari was just not intelligent enough to run the affairs of Nigeria. People were using him. You understand? Individually, Buhari wanted the best. We still have our labor man with us shortly. He's joining us. You understand? That is something I still say about Buhari. On a good day, I don't see anything wrong with Buhari as a person. But in terms of administration, he was too old to run Nigeria. And not the age alone, not intelligent enough. You don't run a country like Nigeria with a low IQ. Sorry, this is not the time of sign paper. Don't forget, most of them grew up in the analog age. I can tell you, Buhari don't know how to use the mobile phone. He will not be able to use mobile phone. People of that generation, it took me time to change. How can Buhari change? Give Buhari when I bring Baba come and make it give him mobile phone, whether I go use that. I'm telling you, these are people that grew up in the analog age. Unlike you guys that have this new age. So how can you bring somebody of that age to come around digital economy? All the things you are telling Buhari, he doesn't understand it. So that was why his administration was a total failure. So I suppose I like him as a person because I felt the man he looks. I'm not I'm not a religious bigot, so I don't care whatever religion you practice. I was looking for the best for Nigeria. Anyway, that was
Daddy
my way
Chris,
trying to defend myself. Go on.
I asked up on Wiki when last elections, like they formed the 5G governors. Before you knew it, Wiki like
He betrayed the governors.
he left the four governors behind and he has gotten something and they were
To
there.
appointment,
They
yes.
were not following him blindly. They don't know Wiki is a very crafty man.
But look at the shameful thing, the simple thing. He said he's going to serve in APC government. He remain in PDP. And PDP, is it wicked you are blaming all the PDP? PDP should be ashamed of themselves. To keep that in mind, it should be expelled long ago. And they're trying to talk about Labour. Labour talking about Peter. Can't they see what Wike is doing with PDP? PDP is still there. They're still hanging on their throat, even disturbing their governor. That man should be expelled out of the Labour of the PDP party long ago. You move out of the party, you are in the new government, go bye-bye. Don't come to us. When you want to be with us, you come back and you drop that stupid appointment. You want to be a minister and be here. Like Princess said, you eat your cake and have it. Well, only in Nigeria, only in River State, only Wike can do that. Not anywhere. Anyway, we're still waiting. We're just hoping that the device of our guest is not in yet. And once we have it, we'll be having him right on the show. But in the course of doing that, Wike is just an interesting person. I want us to remember that he's there. Wike will always be there, and it will remain a problem. Let's say, but what about these youth coppers here? When I see coppers, I see young people. What is going on here?
See,
But on
He said scene of playlist during the Salah Mega Motor Park rally by team of FRSC personnel in Dan Dankagi Park, Zuba.
All right, but the most important thing here is I said I'm not quitting LP. Obli replied to NLC. That is a good one. You understand? Like I'm saying now, we don't want to start again. You know, we cannot be starting again and again. Let us build on what we already have. You understand? Then it's good to have a position in government. Because from what you see with PDP and APC, they are the same people. Those that don't get tickets here, they will go to PDP. Those that don't get, there's no credible opposition. There's no difference in ideology. They're running the government the same way. But Labour was coming with a different approach. And I wasn't even voting for Peter because of what he said, or the credibility. I was listening to only one thing, because I believe Nigerians should move out of this revenue sharing into production sharing. If we all had gone into production, today we will not be where we are. And that is my pain. And that was what I supported. And so I wanted somebody in that light. And Labour should have seen that more and do it more. Thank God they are going to be here. I'm waiting to have Labour here. Peter said he's not quoting, he's not leaving the party. That's what we have here. He said he's not leaving the party. That is the headline here. Top line there, Princess. He's not leaving the Labour Party. His reply to NLC. That's the Nigerian Labour Congress. I can't wait to have this our man with us to give us in-depth analysis on that. Oh wait, any update on why our guest is not yet? Otherwise, we go on a quick break. That gives us.
No, he said he's actually logging in. I thought that you'll be here by now because my network.
Yeah, I can see him trying to log in. The device is not
helping. He's driving. He's not at the office yet, but he can park and set up somewhere. But I don't know.
Yes, I can see him trying to log in, Princess. He's been trying to do that now. Device is not connected. That's what we've been getting. So maybe that's why. Right. On that note, we'll just take a quick break and we'll be right back. Don't go away. Don't run away. Stay with us.
Are you tired of endless search for the perfect property? Look no further. Let Srtv Real Estate be your trusted partner in the journey to finding your dream home.
We can offer you a dream home in a serene environment and beautiful ambience, surrounded with modern nature. That's definitely what you crave for. Well, you asked for it, and here we have it. Why not live the best of your dreams by making do with time, space, and value? The smartest form of real estate investment is that which is done at the initial public offer.
Join the long list of satisfied clients who have chosen Srtv Real Estate for all their property needs. We pride ourselves in turning your dreams into homes.
Act today. Secure your slice of a palace, even on a flexible payment plan, and embark on a journey towards a brighter tomorrow. Your dream is valid, living in a place of fabulous wealth and great opportunities. Don't compromise the standards of living. Explore the world of vast opportunities by investing in Srtv Real Estate today. Superb location, habitable, accessible, attractive, and a secret to every smart investor. For your real estate, Srtv is trusted and reliable.
Contact us today with the number on the screen or
email us at realestate@superiorradioandtelevision.com.
Okay, welcome back. This is still Wake Up Nigeria. Daddy Chris is here. We have the Srtv studio Abuja, Edo. Delta is still on the platform, and we're expecting a guest from the Nigerian Labour Congress to talk to us on their plan, on how they plan to antagonize the government on this tariff. It is the government that is behind this. We heard from the guy today. They do what the government asks them to do. They have neck on their neck. The neck is always on their neck, telling them you can do this, you cannot do that. So, and that is what we're going through. It's the neck that decide, that turn their neck. Oh, give this one electricity, don't give this one small power, give to 1 hour, give 2 hours. So it is a decision of the government. That is a question the government needs to answer, and the only person that can answer the question is the Nigerian Labour Congress, and they are doing so. So we're waiting to have him on board to tell us what the plan is. This is the battle we need to fight to the end, and especially as poor people. So from what they're saying, it's not going to affect us poor people. So I don't know whether we should celebrate or not celebrate. But what the guy said is it's not going to affect you, poor man. But it's not affecting me, meaning I will remain where I am. I will not get enough electricity because my electricity will remain below what is not recognizable. Like the government does not recognize it.
Sir,
Yeah.
Sir, Comrade Benson called and he said that we have to reschedule for tomorrow because it's actually on transit, and there's this report that got to them, Labour, that the network is actually having issues. They to be going off and on for a while. They've not given them, briefed them on the proper reason as to why that is for now. I bet that's why it's having network and he's driving through somewhere and he has been parking like 3 times now to join us, but that he actually listened to you talk about Peter Obi and Labour. He would have want to comment on that, but the network is frustrating that tomorrow morning he will be at home or in the office at this time.
Yes. So we're happy to have that discussion tomorrow because we want to know how they're treating our dear Peter. We want to see reconciliation. We want to work together. We want the country to have a credible opposition. I'm not even interested whether you become president or not, but I want a credible opposition to checkmate the activities of the government. Now that the government has done this, Labour is coming out, but I really wanted the Labour Party to come out as a strong force, to be in government, to say no, to be in the House of Rep, to counter, to make sure these decisions are not going through. You understand? They can raise issues if they are in government, but if you are outside, there's little you can do. So we definitely need a credible opposition. It's not only the president, even the of Assembly, the House of Assembly and the Senate, they can do a lot for us. So I will be working seriously on that. The need for Labour to put their act together. Well, that is, by the way, I think want us to take a look at some of the papers, and let Princess is there. She's smiling. What's going on, Princess? We like when the women are
Nothing
smiling.
like the quiz.
When you guys are smiling, we have peace. All right, let's take a look at some of the papers now that we have some time to do so. We have a few minutes to the end of the show. Don't forget.
The show has ended. Actually, we're just buying time.
Are
We'll
we?
go straight to Tribune.
Or the Daily Trust. I think I like the
Okay. Okay, then you
Daily
should take
Trust.
it. You should take it there.
Let's go to the Daily Trust then.
Okay, so the big news here on the Daily Trust is Nigerians in United Arab Emirates stranded over work permit, visa ban, lose over 200 jobs, face discrimination. They should return home to build Nigeria. Discussions ongoing to resolve issues. Minister's aid. Atiku tackles Tinubu over Lagos Calabar Highway project. CBN sacks over 40 staffs, and you can find that on page 19. Israel pulls troops out of southern Gaza. That's on page 26. Then we have palliatives. 9 die in stampede in Wamako's house. So that's all in Daily Trust this morning. The big news here is saying Nigerians in United Arab Emirates stranded over work permit, visa ban. I think we have had something like that. I have seen something like, I don't know why they keep banning Nigeria visas or work permits or something like that. I don't know if I'm correct, but I have seen other cases like that from other countries. And here they are saying they should return home to build Nigeria. That's what spiked my interest this morning when I looked at the papers. So you say they should return home to build Nigeria. If they come back home, what are they building with? What have you given them to build with? What have you laid down for them to build it? It's like giving builders nothing and saying make blocks out of it. You have not given them cement. You have not given them any tools to work. So they are coming back home to do what? To start from where? Since last week, University of Benin, they have been signing out. Students have been signing out from schools, and I I have been thinking, I have had this thought. What does the world have for them? What does the country have for them? They are finishing the race that they've long started. Some have been in school for 6 years instead of 4 years. So they are going out to the world. What does the world have for them? Are they going to start? They are going to start. I'm very sure they are going to start again, start um, structuring their lives over again by themselves. What do I do? What can I do from here? There's nothing the world has left for them. There's nothing the country, let me say, the country Nigeria has left for them that this is where you will pick up from. There's nothing like that. So you are telling them to come back. Come back to where? And do what? And start with, and build with what? What should they build with? So that is what has sparked my interest from Daily Trust this morning. That is why I said, let's take this paper.
Thank you very
So I
much,
don't
Doctor.
know if you have anything to say about it.
Thank you,
There's a
thank you.
story here. There's a story on the Daily Trust that said palliatives, 9 died in stampede in Wamako's house. I would really love to talk about that because I don't see reasons why people keep sharing palliative and you hear stampede here and there, people dying. It's really not good. You should teach people how to fish and not giving them fish. If you give them palliative today and they eat, what will they eat tomorrow? But if you empower these people now, they will have enough to eat today, tomorrow, and always. So sharing of palliative to me is not the best solution because it's killing people and it's not good.
Yeah, let me say one thing. Back to
Anyway,
the headline which this young lady brought. The issue of this visa coming abroad. I know when I say it, they say, "Are you not in London? Why don't you come home?" You understand? And funny enough, I was listening to a very interesting piece from Farrakhan, this American Muslim man. You understand? He was talking this morning, and he was talking about the importance of agriculture. You understand? You cannot live in a country and expect other nations to feed you. From what we have in Nigeria, we have a very rich soil. We have mineral resources. If you find the number of
so
solid
you
mineral.
cannot talk about agriculture that decrease. Let's of us tackle the insecurity, then agriculture will thrive. Look at
Okay,
Benue today. It cannot.
but,
It's
but
a
princess, so
fact.
look, I'm not.
Sir,
I'm not saying the
we
people. I'm
cannot
not
keep
blaming.
we
I'm
can,
not
no
blaming
sir,
the
we
ordinary
cannot
people.
keep losing the lives of Nigerians because we want us to be, go into agriculture. First and foremost, can we even go into agriculture? Yes. Do we have the manpower? Yes. Do we have the resources? Yes. But
Yes.
what are the lives of the people?
Yeah. So,
This is
princess,
what we should be looking
why
at,
don't we?
sir.
Why don't we,
Look at
as a
Delta
people?
State today. Look at Delta State today. Majority of the people are not, these farmers are no longer going to farms. Everybody's looking for one keke to be on the road. Everybody's looking for one bike to be an Okada rider. You know why? This is something they hate doing, but they don't have choice. Insecurity, the head as the farmers clash issue. Look at Benue, the food state, the food basket of the nation. Where is Benue today? They cannot even afford to feed themselves, sir. So I will not even advise anybody to go into whether mechanized farming, whether farming, except of course the government has dealt with the issue of security. Look at this headline, sir. And there's something that has to do with this United Arab Emirates. Their issues with Nigeria is too frequent for my liking. It's too back and forth. And so me, I will tell people if you really want to go, look for somewhere else that is more flexible to go. This place is not flexible. And the minister saying they should come home exactly to do what? Look at that minister, the age very well. The wife and the kids will be abroad. Who are they deceiving? These people have headache and they jet off. These people have tummy pain and they jet off. They won't stay here. They won't even go to medicals here. They won't go to higher institutions here.
So,
They don't school
princess, I
here.
will ask you,
So
what is the
who is
solution?
supposed to stay here?
Princess, what is the solution? We should not japa. I know you are. Okay, let me ask
In
that.
as much, sir, in as much as a lot of people want to jackpot, there are some also that they are willing to stay here. Just like we have people craving to go for greener pastures. Others are telling you that they want to build. So everybody cannot jackpot because we still have people who want to stay back. Look at the doctor we interviewed the other day.
Yes.
He said, and I quote him, that they were 15 that came as specialists. 14 are in abroad right now. He's the only one here, but he's not willing to go either. He's here. He wants to practice and help his people here. And so, sir, it's not everybody that have the mindset of Jabba, but the government, are they doing enough? That Ogara teaching hospital, look at the outline that the things they are demanding for. Simple, doable. For how many months now? Sir, let's face the facts. I cannot, if anybody wants to Jabba, please be my guest. I will not stop you. I will not
My,
ask you not to go. And if you
my
know you
problem.
want to stay here too, have the good mind to like what will I'm of course I'm here in Nigeria now, but definitely
For how long?
certainly I will Jabba. But look at the situation now. I've paid my bills. I used to tell people, frankly, in Nigeria here in Abuja, and then I've paid my dues already, sir. I have worked, I have suffered, I've done a lot. And so there's nothing any minister is going to say now to to stop us from, the youth
From
from doing what
Japa.
they're supposed to do. If they are
From
doing the
Japa.
right thing, look at farmers.
Okay.
We have farmers, we have people thriving in agriculture, but insecurity will not allow people to farm, sir. I will not even advise my enemy to go to the farm because you might not even make it back. Let's be very sincere. And so let's even rule out agriculture
Yeah.
until the government is ready. They know about insecurity. They are the ones sponsoring insecurity
Yeah,
until they put their
from
houses
what
in
we
order.
heard
They should
now,
allow the
the
youth
government is,
to do it.
yes, Abacha said it once that the security lasting for more than 24 hours, the government is behind it. Anyway, let's see that. I withdraw my statement. Sometimes I come into a matter and I go back because when I get serious attack, I just keep quiet because I can't fight these women. It's annoying that this is but the most important thing is the same so-called UAEs where we go for Mecca. That is where we go to pray with them. They are our Muslim brothers, and this is what they have to offer us. Where's the brotherhood? Don't forget that it is the Arab. They were the first people that came to Africa to take us away as slaves. They are our best, so they are our best friends. So that's why we go to pray. They are the best people. Hallelujah. Amen, amen. But these are what they treat us. This is exactly what I'm saying, princess. Maybe, yes, it's okay to jackpot. Jackpot to where? To where they don't like you. They are telling you they're discriminating against you. A good person, a white person will die at home. In fact, I made a mistake crossing border. And I'm going to say it again and again. I'm okay. I'm of that age. I can't change the hand of clock. Look at this, it's white. But if I have my time, no. The beauty of being at home is you are not a second-class citizen. Look at the job. Look at the paper. If I can show you that very well. If you look at the kind of job we're talking about, it's not the kind of job you want to do. Yet we're discriminated against. The only thing is they won't kill us in
Okay,
the bush.
sir. Okay, sir. Look at that headline, and of course the one we have: palliatives, 9 died in stampede. This shows that what is sir. Please, Daddy Chris. Let's be very sincere here now.
I hear you.
Look at the headline. Look at this news below here. In your own country, stampede. You know what? They were hustling for food. Apparently, one noodles, one pack of spaghetti. That is what they were busy hustling for. So, sir, until the government put their houses in order, because this minister is saying they should come home and build. Will the youth be given
No,
chance
no,
to build? The
I'm not
question is
talking
no.
of the minister.
The
I don't
other
want
day,
to talk
Tinubu
about
went
minister.
to one other country. He stood close to a president, shaking hand, laughing with that young president.
He said he signed a
Tinubu
contract
hand
that there's
over-
a great document deal coming. Investment is coming home. Well, Baba say investment they come. What did they do you? Baba don't tell you say investment they come. You see they talk about Baba go do.
All right, Daddy Chris, let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's wait for that investment. We'll keep
Amen.
waiting.
I don't actually blame the people, Jack Barry. I blame the Nigerian government because if things are put in place in our country, a lot of people will not japa. They will be
No,
here.
I agree. But I'm still saying that to young people that yes, maybe the Japan is the only option we have now. But the beauty of it is, I think we should fight our government to make sure they create a place for us because at home we have everything.
Yes.
In
But when
our
we run
backyard we have
out of
everything.
options,
You understand? The
maybe
thing we are
that's the
coming
only
here to do
option
is
we
there.
have.
And it's okay
Yeah.
to come on holiday abroad, to do things abroad, bring your
Yeah.
money and spend here and go back. But to come here and become a slave again, the second time slavery, is something that disheartens
Yeah.
me. I want to say
Exactly.
that. It's
And
painful.
the
They
government,
took us
the
as slaves
government,
and then we're here. Eh?
yeah.
Some people
The
prefer
government
to die abroad
play a
actually than to die in Nigeria.
I know. Let me
no.
tell you guys, some people will not come home. Oh. Most of us will die here, they will bury us here because we don't get where they won't carry us go again. You understand? My friend I talked to him yesterday, the 4 children he has are here. And he said, Daddy Chris, I better buy my everything I can do here because if I die here now, the children will never carry me home. They'll say, may they go bury here, may they go put flower. At the end of the day, they put you here. It's your new destiny. It's a decision you took. One day I'm going abroad. This is the result. So I'm not saying there's anywhere you end up is okay.
Sir, but also, Daddy Chris, we also have people who are willing to come home. There was a time in the UK I interviewed a lawyer rather, that says that he's willing to leave right away. You were there. He's
Yes.
willing to come home, but he's not he doesn't even care about food, feeding, or anything, lifestyle. His only concern is insecurity.
Yeah. So, princess, meaning we have
Precisely.
one problem. Who is our problem here? The government. We should fight them because the government is selling us as another slave. Listen, the Oyibo came, they took us as slave. Now our government is pushing us into slavery for the second time. We should fight them. We should be fighting them. That's why anytime I sit down here, I don't give a damn who is there. I say it to their face because I've been through what I'm not supposed to go through in life. I should not be a second class citizen anywhere. And when you are not at home, you are a second class citizen. If war come today, now we they go first kill. If you think it's a lie, make you think.
Yeah.
In fact, they will not give the food of the children to the dog. Even Jesus Christ didn't give the food of the children to dogs. Jesus Christ did not
That's
give the food of the children to the dogs. So as much as we say we flying here, we do here, do this guy. Now for television, oh, you see all these Nollywood people, they do they dress good, hungry, they beat them. I won't be standing here and preaching that. Not at this time, not at this age. Young ladies, let us say this is a good place to wrap the show. If you guys don't mind. We've spent 1 hour, 50 minutes. It's an apple lot of time. We've done justice to what we have to do. Unfortunately, we don't have the Labour boss to talk us through what is going on between the Labour Party and Peter Obi at the moment. It's disheartening. And we talk about the people using our uniform, especially the military. That explains some of the excuse that came out from the Okoma people. When our uniform, when our security men are not well dressed, we cannot even identify them anymore. Whether they are the enemy or whether they are the friends, we don't know anymore. So that is a big problem. It's a big problem. And electricity tariff is here. We've heard that it is neck that is tying the people's neck, that is tying the distribution company to say, give this, don't give this. The wisdom behind that, they need to tell us. Again, this boils down to one thing. The government need to talk to us. Nobody else. Government need to defend what they're doing. Why they believe that the ones, because for you to say, okay, those of you who are getting it all the time, you pay more. Then I will pay for the less. But the ones you are paying for, they are getting nothing. That is not acceptable. So the government need to explain that to us. And like the favor rightly said, are you saying that those who doesn't get shouldn't pay at all, or they should get lesser tariff? Unfortunately, we are not saying that. And that's a discussion we'll continue right here on this platform. Princess, you are welcome, and I will help you, Princess, to talk us through the last bit of Delta State and close the show for us.
Okay. Well, there's as regarding the Okuma people, of course, everyone is still appealing to government, to appropriate authorities to make sure that they come home. As of today, they are still in the forest, and like they said that they've written to the army headquarters in Port Harcourt, and so they are waiting for response. Well, today is Monday, and hopefully I'm going to get a report from the head of security here to know what's actually going on with that particular report, if they've been able, to reply or gotten a response from these army generals, because we can't keep waiting. I know Nigeria we have is a kind of system where, like I was trying to argue with the guest the other time, sometimes if you want people, the protocol, they tell you have to follow protocol, and even the protocol, when you get there, they keep telling you it's not time, people came before you. And some of these things are timely, some of these news are timely. Once you don't discuss them, they become still the next minute. And just like this Okoma issue is an issue that at the time is of essence, because the lives of the people actually are involved. But today, hopefully, I'm going to get to bless the youth president, the head of security, and other people as well, to go to know what's happening with that. The report, the appeal they sent to Port Harcourt, if they've gotten the response today or not.
All right. That's a good one. We pray that the Okoma people will come out of this. It's like what I'm saying now, Princess. If this insecurity challenge, if people continue to dress in our uniform and use the uniform to kidnap people, this explains why Okoma people say we didn't know they were military men. Because if you don't trust military anymore, if anybody can use military uniform and use it to victimize or oppress you, then you wouldn't know. On a good day, you defend yourself, because if you follow them, you probably won't come back. And that is one of the.
But of course, also the Okoma indigenes have been saying that the people that kept coming prior to that time usually come with army uniform and all that. And they said from the reports we read some days ago on Saturday, I guess, face to face with the Okoma people from Vanguard, they said that these people came in speedboat that actually did, kill the military. And so we know as time goes on, the inquiry committee has been set up. They actually met with the governor as well. I think 2 days ago they met with Oborewori as well. So let's hope that my own is that they should hasten this. Let this not be another case of NSAS where the inquiry up till now they are still on it after even 2 3 years, because this one has to do with people that are stranded in the forest. So we hope that they will respond quickly, sir.
Princess, you are the one that drank Boriwori in. This weekend, we saw Boriwori giving his sister out in marriage. People are dying in the bush. Does he care? It's a question, no.
It's
You
shameful.
understand? Does he care? You're giving your sister out in marriage in the weekend when your people are in the bush dying. You're celebrating marriage. There are certain things a leader won't do at this time. You understand? A good leader will declare a state of mourning. He will declare a state of emergency. You understand? That our people are in trouble. Sometimes it's little things you do that will inconvenience the government. I know he can't fight them, but there are things he can do. But to see him celebrating with them Okowa and his group, what do you expect? I will continue to say it. The only reason we are suffering in the country is people like this. Children are going on slavery, the second time slavery. White people came, they took us as slaves. They are still in America. They've not been able to return home. Now we are enslaving ourselves. Look at the story from UAE. Tomorrow you go there to the few ones who go there and do make a prayer and come back home. And that's our destiny. Listen, I'm not on for this, and I'm not going to support it any day, anytime.
Anyway, that would be a good place to wrap up the show this morning. A time well spent. Thank you so much, viewers, for being on the show, and thank you to London, Abuja, and Edo as well. Hopefully, tomorrow we're going to do this again, and I'm very sure that Comrade Benson will be here tomorrow morning. He has promised that himself, and so let's keep our fingers crossed. We hope that a neck or whatever that is in charge of these decisions will not wake up tomorrow and start shocking ordinary citizens, people that have not been able to see light for the past how many weeks or months, because Nigerians will come on TV and say something, the authorities or whoever, and tomorrow you see another thing. Is we've been saying that. I hope also that when you allege that when you say people get light over 20 hours, let it be so. And that is why I asked him that, are you sure that on the same street a neighbor has 20 hours and another person has 2 hours? And he said, yes, that is possible when you have a special commercial line. But we see more of this. Of course, we hear from labor also. Tomorrow also is World Library Day. Just maybe we're going to discuss extensively on that. Are people still going to the library? Are Nigerians reading? Have we that culture? We had that culture while growing up, but is the culture still there? Maybe I'm going to bring students to talk about library tomorrow. Anyway,
Actually,
this will
there's
be
a
a good
lady from
day.
Edo that read for how many hours? It'd be nice to have her on the show tomorrow. It's tomorrow World Library Day. Maybe you can talk to Edo as well. So see, she read and she won the
Okay,
world.
Edo is here. Favor is here. They can actually do that. She's in Edo, so
Yes.
I think they can
Uh,
get to work there. I don't necessarily. Yes. So since Favor is there, Favor can bring her. Why we bring other people as well as regarding to World Library Day tomorrow. Anyway, thank you so much for being on the show. It's a good place to call it a wrap today to draw the curtain. We'll see you again tomorrow. Do not forget to follow us on our social media handles. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and of course Facebook and YouTube. Leave us with your comments. We'd love to. You don't forget to hit on the notification bell and subscribe to our page. Also invite people to subscribe to our page as well. And of course, while you are out there, I just want to talk to the youth. Now, there's this beautiful piece of article I'm actually editing about an NGO, what they do. The foundation is all about rescuing young people who are drug addicts, sex addiction, drug addiction, which is quite editing it is even interesting. And so I'm quite thrilled that we still have NGOs that are doing this, going into the creek, going into the rural areas. A lot of young people have been involved, their brains are damaged, but we still have NGO trying to, bring them back, take them to where they can, treat them and all that. So I really do hope that this is something we should all look at for we the youth. Stay away from devices that can damage your future. All that glitter is not gold. You might want to take drug now, you might want to do drug, you might want to get that quick money today, but what of your future? This is what I want you to think about. We all started from somewhere. My first job was 25K with salary, but look at us today. Please, you can start from somewhere. Even as a graduate, I was earning 25K. It was that low so many years ago. So you too can start from somewhere. Don't say it's too small, I cannot walk. Me, I used to sell things in my car. I sell slippers, I sell anything sellable. Even then, I didn't have a car. I used to put them in my bag even while I was still working. So you can do something if you really want to do something. Stay away from drug. Drug is dangerous to your health. Drug is dangerous to people around you. Youth, please, I'm appealing to you. And of course, while you are at there today, also, be your brother's keeper, give a helping hand, put a smile on the face of somebody today. Remember that peace is priceless, so always give peace a chance. Drive carefully and obey the traffic law. I remain yours truly, Princess Kenzie. I'll see you again tomorrow. Ooh la la! The second edition of the Nigerian Week London 2024 is here.
It's another blend of arts and culture, entertainment, business, and networking activities.
A week-long extravaganza showcasing the best of Nigerian music, dance, craft, fashion, and businesses.
Taking place at the prestigious Lighthouse Theatre, 262-274 Camberwell Road, London, SE5. OAY. Date 22nd to 28 July 2024.
Tickets are available at eventbrite.com. For partnership and sponsorship, please visit superiorradioandtelevision.com
or call +4407 459 513 619 or +4420 3623 8755.
Email info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com/Nigerian Week 2024.